up, Frenzy Head Nation? It's time for another exciting episode of Sports Frenzy. That's right, coming to you live from Adrian, Michigan, the number one rated, self-rated sports show in the city of Adrian, Lenawee County, the world. What's up, everybody? Coach Cole here. We are on season 10, episode 7. Yes, it is time. It is time for another edition of Sports Frenzy. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope you've had a good week. Been a little cold out there for my taste. But hey, just a sign that fall is here, I guess. Whether we want it to be or not. Although, yeah, tonight it's supposed to get, for those of you watching the show live right now, tonight going into Friday morning, it's supposed to be getting pretty chilly out there. So frost freeze warnings in effect for tonight. But yeah, it's been kind of chilly out there all day. So your JV games that are being always played on Thursday night might be a little cold before the game is over. Let's see, what else is there to tell you guys? Oh, as always, those of you that will be watching the show on Friday, in most of my classrooms, watching the show on Friday. If you haven't watched already, go to the link down below and check out the weekend wrap-up edition of our show. And you want to watch that first because that goes over. That's the former recap edition of the show that we do. Formerly the recap edition that would start right here at the very beginning of the show. But yes, so it is on, again, as I say every week, especially if we have some new viewers. It has its own kind of separate show now. It's kind of weekend wrap-up as we do. Which reminds me, I've got to, before we go off the air, I got to give you the last week NASCAR winners. We got our winners for the Lloyd Havlin programs, but I haven't completely wrapped up the winners for the for my classroom. So with that being said, let's make sure you watch the link is down below for the weekend wrap up. And if you don't want to watch it now, and or those of you who are live who haven't watched it yet, you can go to our the Facebook page, obviously, and scroll down through all the posts that we post and check it out on there. Or if you want a simpler way to do it, you can go to our YouTube channel. That is Coach Cole Sports Frenzy 1. And you can find it there. You can also follow us on Twitter at Sports Frenzy 1, on Instagram at Sports Frenzy 1. So those are all the ways, some of the different ways you can follow Sports Frenzy right now. All right, now with that being said, let's jump into this week's high school football action. High school football is starting to wind down. Well, I guess I can't really say winding down, but getting done with regular season. Then it will be moving into playoffs and championship games. Now, last year we did a full coverage Sports Frenzy on the Michigan High School Athletic Association's football tournaments, and we will probably do that again this season. We'll see what happens. I'll keep an eye on that, and most likely we will, whether our teams are in it or not, we'll go through and do that. That seemed to be a popular show, went over kind of popular last season, so we'll go ahead and do that again. But right now we are on week 8 of high school football action. All these games are Friday night games, and they kick off at 7 p.m. The only way or reason that would change is if there's a weather delay of some kind. Some couple weeks back, we had that weird weather front that caused a lot of our games to be played on Saturday, but I don't foresee that happening this week. All right. It wouldn't be Sports Frenzy if I didn't introduce Lemonade on the show again this week because, I am powered by Lemonade. My brother, excuse me. Wow. My brother Reggie was saying to me that last week when I was talking about bleeding blue, he said, no, you probably bleed lemonade. Well, Reggie, look at the color of lemonade. Yellow or maize. So I still bleed Michigan colors. Had to get that one out there. Go blue. Ooh, buddy. Some sweet lemonade this week. Or sour, actually. I haven't done the Simply Lemonade in a while, but Simply Lemonade. You can pretty much buy this anywhere and most of your local stores if you want to check it out. I know Myers is running a sale on it right now for $1.99. So I get nothing for endorsements on this show, but I still like to promote the different lemonades I like and try. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's picks. High school football, week 8 action, as we already said. Well. We have the professor, Jeffrey Plum, checking in on Sports Frenzy right now on the live Facebook feed. And he's telling me that I shouldn't be drinking and exploring sports. So in the past, Professor, people have stated to me, Coach Cole, you're not just drinking lemonade. Flat out, I am. I got to tell you, I'm not a drinking man. So it really is just straight up lemonade products for me. It's all I drink is lemonade or water these days is pretty much what my products. Product. You know what, Jeff? I used to say that I was endorsed by these products, lemonade, a bunch of different brands of lemonade that I did. And my wife explained to me, you know what, you knucklehead, you probably shouldn't be saying that, being that nobody is actually really endorsing you because they might get angry at you because they don't like what you say or something like that. So it's true. I'm not endorsed by anybody. I just promote the products that I like on the show, and I like a lot of lemonade. All right, this week, starting with action, high school action. Our first game of the week, we have Napoleon, the Napoleon Pirates. The Napoleon Pirates have 3 wins and 5 losses. They are on the road this week, if my information is correct, because sometimes Max Preps has not been accurate on my rather the team is home or away very good. So hopefully these are all right this week. I double-checked them. I triple-checked them before I sent out the sheets this week. These appeared to be what they were. I apologize in advance if that's not true. They are traveling to and playing against that's right, 6 wins and 1 loss. The Addison Panthers, not just the Addison Panthers, but the Cascade Conference champion, Addison Panthers. That's right. I do believe there's no do believe about it. They won their conference, and they have made the playoffs to be announced later on. Oh boy, Professor's weighing in. Let me see what he has to say. Next week we will have a t-shirt. Oh wait, I gotta see what more he said here. Oh boy. College logo. Oh man. Well, Professor, I have not actually had any. I do wear a lot of the different. Sometimes I wear a lot of different college shirts, but again, nobody has really promotes me other than I don't know if I don't think you've even you watch the show, Professor, so you know these things. But I do get no endorsements money wise or anything, but I do get people spreading the word for me. My buddy Coach Randolph in Columbia Central has helped me become an honorary member of the Columbia Central team, the Columbia Central Golden Eagles. And they gave me a hat and a shirt, and I shrunk the shirt, I didn't shrink the shirt. I just outgrew the shirt. And they gave me that, made me an honorary member of the team. So, yes, that's kind of like an endorsement. And they spread the word for me. They spread the word about the show. So that's another awesome thing. And I know every time I mention this now, only Coach Randolph cheers me on for this. Everybody else in the world is like, oh my gosh, is he bringing up Columbia Central again? Anyway, back to the Panthers. 6 wins, 1 loss. Cascade Conference champions. Their only loss this season has been to Britton Deerfield, believe it or not. So I gotta say, I honestly don't see them losing to Napoleon. I feel like oh boy, the professor weighing in again. The key, get the word out and let others know what this program is about. It's a great service for the programs throughout the area, country. Counties, it's much appreciated. Well, thank you, Professor. I really appreciate that, man. Professor Jeffrey Plum, just, you know what, he's a strong supporter of me and my show, and just a great buddy of mine. So thank you, Professor. I really appreciate that. And sometime in the future, we plan on doing something together, a podcast or some kind of radio show or a YouTube thing. It's going to happen somewhere in the future. You will see the professor on camera or hear his voice at least, because we are going to do something in the future, guaranteed. Not just a talk about things. Somewhere down the line, we will do something. That being said, I got the Addison Panthers for the victory this week. I don't foresee them losing to Napoleon. I just don't see that happening. Although stranger things have happened, like they're in the playoffs now, so they might just stop playing. I don't know. But again, to talk bad about the Panthers gets me in trouble. So, all right. Our next game this week is another team that definitely gets me into trouble these days, as I have 2 schools that watch the show. In Adrian, we have let's give a shout out to Paulson's Room at the Adrian High School. You guys, you know what? You stand with me no matter if I don't pick you anymore. You guys still stand with me. Give them a shout out. Let's go. Let me hear it for you guys, Paulson's Room. Paulson's Room over there at Adrian High School. Give me a shout. Let me hear you. Come on, get loud. Get loud for it. Get loud for your team. Get loud for Sports Frenzy. We love you guys over there. And we also got to mention Glenn Bowman's room over at the middle school. That's right, the middle school. They don't always get to participate in Sports Frenzy, but I do know Mr. Bowman, even if he doesn't get to do it in his classroom, he checks in on the show from time to time. I know he does. And he follows along on the Facebook page. So we'll give a shout out to you guys there too. All right. And so we start off with the Ypsilanti Grizzlies. Wow, the Ypsilanti Grizzlies. They have 2 wins and 5 losses this season. 2 wins and 5 losses. They're traveling to Adrian. That's right. I was just talking about you guys getting you hyped up for your team, because your team is 0 wins and 8 losses. 0 wins and 8 losses for the Adrian Maples. Wow. This is a tough one for you guys. Ypsilanti teams big teams out that way. Big boys. Adrian struggling big time this year. New coach, new system. I get that. I understand that. But, man, you had a chance to get a victory in against Tecumseh, and that didn't happen. I don't know who feels like Adrian can get it done this week. 0-8 team taking on a 2-5 team, and Adrian's at home. Do you guys think Adrian can get it done? Come on, let me hear you. Anybody? We got any Adrian fans out there? Does Adrian get the victory this week? I can't hear you, Adrian fans. That's not loud enough. You got to get a heck of a lot louder to fire up your team. They are not doing so hot. They need you guys to hear them out in their hallways. They need you to cheer loud for them. Let me hear it one more time for the Adrian Maples. Come on, Maples. That's right. Go Maples. I've got the Grizzlies for the victory. Oh, boy. Here it comes. Hate mail. Stop it. Stop it. You guys, no booze. Oh, don't start the booze. Come on. I can't stand the booze. Oh. I know. Not being very loyal, but I'm being realistic. All right. Our next game. The Blissfield Royals. How about those Royals, man? Blissfield Royals have 5 wins and 2 losses under their belt. The Royals, I believe with a victory this week, are guaranteed a playoff spot, I think. I think that's how that works. I think 6 victories gets you in most of the time, if I remember correctly. I think that's how that works. Anyway, they are traveling to and playing against the Hudson Tigers. Sideline reporter Rich Halliwell I'll tell you this, only reported in on half the game last week from Hudson. That's how discouraged he got with Hudson. Hudson is not looking good at all this year. Hudson only has 2 wins and 6 losses. And Hudson sideline reporter Rich Halliwell was so disappointed in him. I had to find out the whole second half scores from one of my other sources because he stopped reporting in. That's how bad he is feeling about his Tigers. The Tigers at this point have no chance at a playoff run this year. Their season is pretty much over with already. So I don't know if they're going to even have that. The momentum is gone. They're pretty much playing for pride at the moment, and I don't even know if they have that currently. But the Blissfield Royals, they want to make the playoffs. I think they're going to roll into town and probably work on Hudson pretty hard. I got the Royals for the victory. All right, this next game, I made this your first 3-point bonus game this week. So let's go ahead and do it. And Travis Boring, and I even heard there was a little rumor from a certain guy by the name of Gavin that said even Mr. Randolph sometimes, Coach Randolph gets in on the song. So yes, let's do it. Are you guys ready? It's your first 3-point bonus game. It's your first 3-point bonus game. It's your first 3-point bonus game. Yes, it is. Whew. Not bad. I mean, it wasn't too bad this week. I think You were a little quiet, Coach Randolph. We could have used a little higher vocals from you. All right. So, Britton Deerfield, surprising team this season. They've had it tough the last couple of weeks. They've been facing some very good teams, which that kind of it talks about your toughness. I mean, it kind of, you've been up against some tough teams and you've lost, but you've showed some improvement this year too. So you've got some big wins under your belt. Britton Deerfield has 4 wins and 3 losses. Now, here's the thing. They are on the road this week. They are traveling to and playing the Whiteford Bobcats. The Bobcats have 4 wins and 3 losses as well. This is why it is your high school 3-point bonus game this week. Both teams have the same exact record. Gosh, who did Whiteford take out a couple weeks ago that I said that maybe, just maybe, somebody could get a win against them? Whiteford I've seen as a good team this year. They're, at the crossroads, they're a decent team. Whiteford at home. If my records are right. I really, really would like to want to see Britton Deerfield get the victory. I really do. Whiteford, I gotta believe that they're a bigger team. They've got the home field advantage. I'm real hesitant on this one. I'm leaning hard. I honestly, I would like to see Britton Deerfield get the victory. So I'm hard. I'm making this pick very reluctantly when I choose Whiteford to get the win. I may just cost myself. You know what? It's worth costing myself 3 points this week if Britton Deerfield gets the win. I'd be happy with that. But I've got Whiteford for the win officially on paper. Next up, we have the Clinton Redskins. They are the only undefeated team in Lenawee County. Now, not that really matters because our Lenawee County teams aren't all in the same division anyway. But Clinton is, 7-0 this year. 7 wins, 0 losses. Clinton, they got some good teams. They've had some good teams. But this year, they have a really good team. They've already made the playoffs, obviously. They have to have won their division, I would think. Oh, no, not necessarily. Let me see. There's got to be some information. Just looking up something to see where we are with Clinton on the so I want to looking up some stuff. See what we can. I know there's something about. Let's see if we can find something on the Clinton Redskins. Thanks. Okay. Okay, yes. So I did announce that on Sports Frenzy last week, or probably on the weekend wrap up. But they are the Tri County Conference champions. Clinton is the Tri County Conference champions. So congratulations to them, as they are already definitely in the playoffs. And so they will be playing. They are playing the. Oops, wrong load. They are playing. How many more times can I say are they are playing? They are going to be playing the Madison Trojans, who have had a fairly, they're not too bad of a season. They have 5 wins and 3 losses, and they don't even have their home field to play on this year. So they are playing at Siena Heights, and Adrian College has been their home games this season. And at this point, I don't know actually which college they're playing at, so I apologize for that. I don't have that information. Just know it appears that Madison is at home this week, and their game is either at Adrian College or at Siena Heights College. They have 5 wins and 3 losses. Either way, I don't foresee Clinton having any problems this week. I've got Clinton Redskins, Tri-County Conference champions, with the victory. And go Redskins. Longtime supporter of the Redskins team. I have a lot of family out there and a future player on their team. All right. Next up, we have the 7 wins and 0 losses, the Hillsdale Hornets. Hillsdale Hornets, strong, undefeated team out of Hillsdale. I have not seen or got an injury report update from Coach Randolph this week. I know his classroom gets really busy. My classroom's been really busy, so I haven't really had a chance to talk to him and get an update on how the boys are healing over there in the Columbia Central Golden Eagles. But I can tell you the Columbia Central Golden Eagles are coming off a tough loss last week. They have 4 wins and 3 losses. They're going to have to bring Columbia Central Golden Eagles. This is your hype right here. You guys are going to have to bring your A game. Although you never know, because some of these teams that are undefeated like this, sometimes get cocky. And sometimes they think they're greater than what they really are. And then you can sneak in there and get the victory. So hopefully my Columbia Central Golden Eagle boys have been training hard this week, working hard this week, going to take advantage of a team that thinks they're just going to come in and smoke you guys. Guys can get it done. Stand strong. Stand up proud for the Golden Eagles. Representing. Get out there and take this game. Because Coach Cole stands behind the Columbia Central Golden Eagles, baby. Let's get it done this week. Let's get the upset and send Hillsdale home with their first loss of the season. Go Golden Eagles. All right, the next game we have for you this week, high school football action. The Muskegon Heights Tigers. They have 1 win and 6 losses. They are traveling to and playing against a very strong, very good Lenawee Christian Cougars football team. They have 6 wins and 1 loss, and they should be in the playoffs already. And as far as I know, I haven't heard one way or another about them, but they should be. Pretty sure they've already made the playoffs. And Muskegon Heights has 0 chance of a victory this week, as the Lenawee Christian Cougars are 6 wins and 1 loss. I got the Cougars for the victory, and they should be back. This says it's a home game, so they should be back playing on their field this week. Is it last week? Last week they had to play on Tecumseh's field for some reason, and I never did find out why that was, but they did. They played on Tecumseh because Tecumseh was an away game. I got Lenawee Christian for the victory. All right, our next game, we have the Battle of the Bulldogs. That's right. I'm talking about the Summerfield Bulldogs, 1 win and 6 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Morenci Bulldogs. That's right. It's the Battle of the Bulldogs. And I believe this happened a couple weeks ago, where it was the Battle of the Bulldogs as well. Again, so many teams, a lot of teams named Bulldogs out there. So, yes, it's the Battle of the Bulldogs once again. Morenci has Summerfield has 2 wins and 5 losses. Morenci has 1 win, 6 losses. The last time I underestimated Morenci when I played the other Bulldog team, I think it was them that played the other Bulldog team, they got the victory. That's where they got their 1 win at. So, being that they're my local Bulldog team, why not give them a shot this week and go with the Morenci Bulldogs for the victory? And so help me God, you better not let me down, Bulldogs. I might just pull you from the show. No, I wouldn't do that. Morenci Bulldogs, I'm going to give you guys, because you're the Lenawee County team, the victory. And some love, because I haven't given you guys much love at all this season. Next up, we have the Sand Creek Aggies. Sand Creek Aggies, they have 5 wins and 2 losses. Yes, Aggie power. 5 wins, 2 losses. They're on the road this week. They are traveling to and playing against Pittsford, the Pittsford Wildcats. The Wildcats have 4 wins and 3 losses. Sand Creek's had a pretty good season. Not quite made the playoffs yet. Don't know 100% sure if they will. They can still get 2 more victories yet under their belt. And I think 1 more might get them in. Might. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. But I've got the Sand Creek Aggies for the victory. Okay, here's another team that's in pretty bad shape, and I'm not talking about this first team I'm about to talk about. Let's talk about the Chelsea Bulldogs. Bulldogs, 7 wins, 0 losses. Definitely a playoff contention team, and they are going to be barking their way into Tecumseh this week to face the 2 wins and 8 loss Indians. You guys know I try to give the local teams as much love as I can. But Tecumseh has no chance. No chance at all against the or Tecumseh has no chance at all against the Chelsea Bulldogs. I got the Bulldogs for the victory. Your last high school football game I have for you this week, and I apologize because I almost forgot to put these guys on here. It's not this first team. The Ida Blue Streaks. The Blue Streaks have 3 wins and 4 losses. They are traveling to and playing against a halfway decent. I shouldn't even say halfway decent. They're a good team this year. 5 wins and 2 losses is not a bad record to have. Against the Onstead Wildcats. The Wildcats have 5 wins and 1 loss. Yes, talking about Onstead. I'm giving the victory to the Onstead Wildcats. Go Wildcats. All right, that was the last of our high school football games. We're moving into college football season games is what I meant to say. And all these games are played on Saturday unless otherwise noted. This is week 7 for our local teams and week 8 for the rest of the games we have for you guys. And our first game, we have the Elma Scots. They have 2 wins and 3 losses. The Elma Scots are traveling to and playing against your Adrian Bulldogs. It has been a tough season for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have 2 wins and 3 losses. Kickoff is 1 p.m. for this game. This is not a televised game, but there's 2 ways. This is a home game, so you should be able to go down to the stadium and probably get a ticket to get in. I think. I'm assuming so. Oh, excuse me. Or Adrian College has a YouTube page now. And they've been streaming their games online. So with commentary and everything. So it's kind of cool. You can check that game out. Again, it starts at 1 p.m. And I am not going to give up hope that the Bulldogs season is over. I'm going to give the victory to the Bulldogs. Go Bulldogs. Next up, the Siena Heights Saints. They are on the road this week. Siena Heights having a great season so far. They have 5 wins and 1 loss. And they are on the road traveling to and playing. Whoa, what the heck did I just do there? I screwed that up. It's like saints and sinners here. Let's get this right. Get the proper logo up there. The Siena Heights Saints, 5 wins, 1 loss. When you grab the right logo, it makes a big difference, especially when you are traveling to and playing against the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. The Lawrence Tech Blue Devils do not have a winning season. They've had a terrible, terrible season. They have 1 win and 4 losses. Wow. Not good for them at all. This shouldn't be a problem for the Siena Heights boys. Siena Heights marches away with the victory. Go Sienna. Oh, kickoff for this game, 12 p.m. Not a televised game either. It's on at 12, though, so you can watch it there. Watch it there. No, you can't watch it. It's not a televised game, so there's no way to watch it. And unless you're planning on heading up to Lawrence Tech, you won't be able to watch the game. Okay, next up, we have our last somewhat local college team. This should be a good game this week. We have the Hillsdale Chargers. The Chargers have 4 wins and 2 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Findlay Oilers. The Oilers have 4 wins and 2 losses as well. This game kicks off at 12 p.m., and it is not a televised game either, unfortunately. I do think I'm not 100% sure, but you can keep track of the action from their websites, their Twitter feeds, especially update information. And I'm not sure if there's a radio channel that you can tune into or find on any of the radio apps. You might be able to check that out. Sometimes they stream these local or non-local games like this. Anyway, I'm hopeful that the Hillsdale Chargers can get the victory this week. All right, moving into the other college games. This one, folks, is your second 3 points. 3 points. It's your second 3-point bonus game. Yes, it is. All right. This is a night game played, as I like to call them now, under the lights. We have the world's greatest college, and people are saying this is going to be one of their biggest challenges of the year. I'm talking about those number 16th ranked, the mighty Michigan Wolverines, baby. Let's hear it for the Go Blue team. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue. Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Yeah. They have, excuse me, wow, 5 wins and 1 loss. And they are on the road this week playing the undefeated, number 7th ranked, 6 wins and 0 losses, Penn State Nittany Lions. Now, those of you that know, have been around for a long time for the Nittany Lions program, they have another little name for their team that cannot be, it's not family friendly, so we're not even going to say it on the show. But some people, this is what they've been called by people. They've come a long way since their since the situation way back when with some former coaches and staff. They've come a long, long way, and they are, what did I tell you, 6-0, 6 wins, 0 losses. This is a night game. This game kicks off at 7:30 p.m. and you can watch it on ABC. You guys know there's not even any question as to who I'm going with. This week, we get it done in a big fashion, and we move ahead, forward. We silence the critics, talking about those mighty Michigan Wolverines. Go Blue, get the victory, make us proud. Go Blue. Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Go Blue, go Blue, go Blue, go Blue. All right, that was your second 3-point bonus game. Next game on our schedule, we put these on here especially for because some people are like, really? Alabama? Why Alabama? They smoke everybody. There's not even any competition right now. There's no and the teams that they're playing, it's like they're not gonna lose to these people. Well, that's because I have another big fan and supporter of the show. We have some Bama fans out there. One of those being a big fan, would be Bama Buer. Some know her as Grandma Buer. Some know her as Bev Buer. I call her Bama Buer or Alabama Bev. Either way, she likes that. It's stuck. So we have the Tennessee Volunteers. These guys have 2 wins and 4 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against your number 1 ranked team in the AP polls. We're talking about those Alabama Crimson Tide. And just for Bev Buer out there, we're going to give them a roll, Tide, roll. As they roll all over the Tennessee Volunteers. This game shouldn't be much of a game. I don't foresee much happening there. I got to go with Bama for the win. Roll, Tide, roll for Bama Bev. Oh, this game kicks off at 9 p.m. Late game, 9 p.m. on ESPN. All right, so that would technically be the last of the college games I have this week, but I was asked to put on the game, so we're going to put a bonus game on here for you guys. And if my classrooms that, especially my friends over at Laura Haviland, if you want to participate in this game, you can just go ahead and pencil it in on your sheet. Oh, excuse me. Tell me who you think's going to win between the. This is going to be a challenge game this week. We haven't figured out what the challenge is going to be, but and normally, my coworker and friend, more like sister, Julie Mapstone, she decided she really wanted this game on the sheet. She was disappointed that I didn't actually put it on here. But we've got so much different sports going on that I kind of cut back on the NCAA games this week, which, won't last long because high school action's almost over, so we'll be getting back to more of those games. But anyway, she wanted the Western Michigan Broncos taking on the Eastern Michigan Eagles on this game. Now, here's the thing. I'm a MAC guy. I do like my MAC conference teams. And I like Western Michigan. And I like Eastern Michigan. And I like Central Michigan because that's who hosts our Olympics and stuff. So she was really, really, really acting like she wanted a challenge game this week. And She wanted this to be a challenge game. Now, get this, again, I like both teams. But Julie Mapstone's taking Western Michigan for the victory. And so I told her, all right, I'll go ahead and take Eastern Michigan for the victory. And so we haven't done any challenge games this year yet. They usually end badly for me. I have not had a successful time with these games. And so I can't tell you. I have no clue which way this is going to go. I don't have the logos. Western Michigan has 4 wins and 3 losses under their belt. Most of those wins have come against other MAC teams. I can tell you that much. The losses have come from bigger teams. And Eastern Michigan has 3 wins and 3 losses. Their 3 victories have come from MAC conference teams as well. So yeah, that's the challenge this week. Julie wants to go with Western, so I'll go with Eastern to make it interesting for her. And if you guys want to pencil that one in on your sheets and get in on the bonus, if nothing more, we'll make it an extra 3-point bonus game this week just for the heck of it. So that means you guys get to hear another interesting little tune So here we go. It's a bonus. It's a bonus. It's a bonus 3-point game. It's a bonus. It's a bonus. It's a bonus 3-point game. It's a bonus 3-point game. Made that up on the fly, but it works. All right. So there's a little room on the sheets right below the NFL teams if you want to pencil it in right there. Which is what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. Western Michigan and Eastern Michigan. And really, if you don't want to put down both teams on there, you could just write down the team you think is going to win, and then you'll get if they win, you'll get your extra 3-point bonus. So there you go. So for me, it's Eastern. For Julie, it'll be Western. All right, so that takes care of that for you guys. We're moving into, I only got one NFL game on here this week. NFL games are played on Sunday unless otherwise noted. This is week 7 for NFL action. And so we have the 4 wins and 2 losses, the Minnesota Vikings. And they are traveling to and playing against your 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. Talking about those Detroit Lions. All right, so let's talk Lions controversy against Green Bay. Lots of controversy. Lots of Lions fans out there are just downright ticked off. Game cheated away from them. How is this even possible? How does this happen? Can't believe they got cheated out of it. Lots of memes going around right now. I've been posting some of the different ones I've seen on about the referee situation. Referees did come out and apologize, say they have made some bad calls. But again, nothing changes. But here's the thing, guys. Okay? Here's my take on this a little bit from a coach's perspective, so to speak. First of all, when I woke up, because I did fall asleep, I'll be the first to admit I fell asleep probably for the last quarter, not the complete last quarter, but in the middle of the last quarter of the game. I had to get up in the morning, go to work, and I just nodded off. So when I woke up in the morning and saw that the Detroit Lions had lost, I wasn't fazed or surprised by that. First of all, you have to remember, I am 48 years old. I have watched Lions football with my dad since I was a wee lad. And so nothing, and I do mean nothing, the Lions can do other than maybe making it to the Super Bowl would surprise me. So I wasn't a bit surprised that the Lions lost that game, especially with that one tie. That one tie. Again, I was like, Detroit Lions screwed away a game, should have had that victory. And no, it ends with a tie. So I was not at all surprised that the Lions lost this game. Was the refereeing bad in some of those situations? Very bad. But here's the thing. The Lions did not finish with a lot of things they could have finished with. Had the Lions managed to get touchdowns instead of field goals, there would have been no way the refs could have changed that in Green Bay's favor in any way, shape, or form. When you keep it that close, keep the other team alive, the chance is there. Lions should have had at least 3 more touchdowns than Green Bay, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, you're looking at one guy who did not get upset when I seen that they had lost. Are the memes funny? Oh, yeah. There's some funny memes on there so far. I think one of my favorites so far, though, has been the referee doing the Lambeau leap. So that one was hilarious. But not to sound like I'm talking complete trash against the Lions, I loved that Lions opening drive, and I loved that the Lions are throwing a lot of long balls and getting some very good yardage from that this week. So win, lose, or draw, I don't get as excited about the Lions as I do Michigan, but I'm not giving up on the Lions either. I'm going to give the Lions a victory this week over the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know what the damage report or how bad the Vikings are this season. Well, I mean, their record doesn't say too bad. They speak for itself. But, yeah, Lions, go Lions. Get it done for me, man. All right, that moves us into NHL hockey action. These games are played on Friday or Saturday nights. Those are the best ones that work into our schedule. And the hockey games, especially our hockey games, being that we film the show on Thursday nights, our hockey games might be off by 1 record because some of these games will be being played tonight. So some of these games might be off by 1 on each one, and it's not that big of a deal. If you want to look it up while you're watching to get the most accurate one, then you can. But just know, as filming on the show Thursday night, I can't have the most accurate for you when the teams that are playing Thursday night. And I believe this is one of those teams. Talking about your Detroit Red Wings. That's right, the Red Wings. Now the Red Wings. I got a lot of good things to say about the Red Wings, but we'll keep it short because the show's running long already. Not really running long, but we're almost at an hour and we haven't even gotten through all the picks yet. But what I have to say about the Detroit Red Wings, a much improved team this season. Record doesn't necessarily reflect that right now. They have 3 wins and 3 losses, but they look a lot more energized. They look a lot better than they have in the past. And I'm not the only one that has noticed this or said this. I got to talk briefly with former co-host and my brother, Jamie Rose. And we were talking about this, and he said yes. To him, he watched his first Red Wings game the other night, and he said, yeah, the Red Wings look so much more energized, so much more improved, and they lost that game. So still, they look much more improved, much more energized. But they're on the road this week. they are playing a team that is smoking hot right now. And I'm talking about those Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers have 6 wins and 1 loss. The puck drops for this game Friday, 7 p.m., and you can watch it on FSD. You guys know who I have. It's not even a question of loyalty. I've got the Detroit Red Wings. Go get them, Wings. Oh, your next game. Here we go. People either love it or hate it. I can tell you, my wife absolutely hates it. It's time to tune up the clipboard. One of these weeks, I'm going to shoot a video for this because I have a coworker who can play guitar. Her name's Leah. And I'm going to have her do the whole blues lick for me. I'll have her lay down a nice, good old blues tune for me to go along with my little. My little blues number that I have in my head. So one of these days, we'll make that a reality and make that happen. All right, so here we go. Well, here we go once again. I don't sound as deep right now. I don't know if it will. It's a never rehearsed thing. I just do this out of the blue. You either love it or hate it. And luckily, with right now is the way you have to deal with it. But only if you're watching the live video. Because if you're watching the recorded show, you could probably just fast forward to this part if you don't like it. And I bet some people do. All right, let's talk about those St. Louis Blues. Oh, we got the Montreal Canadiens. Did I hear a little scratch in my voice? Oh, yes, I think I did. Back to those Montreal Canadiens. The Canadiens have a 2-win record and 2 losses too. But wait a minute, they also have 2 overtime losses. So I guess you could say they were 2-2-2. And they are traveling on the road. They're on the road this week. Traveling to and playing against my second favorite team. If you don't know it by now, then you haven't been watching the show very long. I'm talking about those St. Louis Blues. Oh, those St. Louis Blues. The Blues have 3 wins. And 1 overtime, or no, I'm sorry, 1 loss too. And speaking of 2, it's 2 overtime losses too. They are your defending champs. The St. Louis Blues are the defending champs. But they've had a little bit of a challenge this year already. Although 3-1-2 is not bad. And the season is very young. So I'll end this song with just a little thing saying yes. You all know who I'm going to pick. I've got those. I said I got I got those St. Louis Blues. Yeah. All right. Like I said, the live show, they have they can't get away from it. They just have to deal with it. But the people that watch in the classrooms, there's a good possibility they could just probably go, oh, Lordy, no, he's doing it again. Fast forward through that part. St. Louis Blues for the victory. Drink a lemonade because that was kind of harsh on the voice this week. Woo. All right. Red Wings and those Blues. Oh, I don't think I said that the puck drops at 3 p.m. and there's no cable network for this one. So this one is not a televised game this week. All right, we have minor league hockey action. And this is week 2 action for minor league hockey. And we have those Grand Rapid Griffins. The Griffins have 2 wins and 1 loss. They are on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the Texas Stars. The Stars have 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 overtime loss. The puck drops for this game Friday, 8 p.m. It's not a televised game locally, but there is options for watching this game. It can be streamed on a pay-per-view format by going to AHL.com. You can pay for your games 1 game at a time, pay for a season pass. Any way you want to do it, you can watch these games if you're that big of a diehard and you get a chance to. I've got the Grand Rapid Griffins for the victory. In other minor league hockey action, we have the Toledo Walleye. The Walleye have 1 win and 0 losses. They are on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the Fort Wayne Komets. Komets have 1 win and 0 losses as well. Puck drops for this game Saturday night. It's a late game, 10:30 p.m. This is not a local televised game either, but it can be streamed on pay-per-view at ECHL.com if you want to see that game. I've got the Toledo Walleye for the victory. All right, and our final 2 regular games on the sheet this week for you. We have the I have college hockey for you guys. Yes, college hockey is back. And we have the world's greatest hockey team playing. That's right, I'm talking about those mighty Michigan Wolverines. Let's go blue. Let's go blue. Let's go blue. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail the Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go blue. Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. But they got some work ahead of them because their season is starting off rough. We have the Lake Superior State team that they're playing. Lake Superior State Lakers. They have 2 wins and 2 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the mighty Michigan Wolverines. The Wolverines have not got a win on the season yet. They have 0 wins, 1 loss, and 1 overtime loss. But it's still great to be a Michigan Wolverine. I've got Michigan Wolverines for the victory. All right, our last hockey game this week. College hockey. The puck drops for that game 7:30 p.m. and you can watch it on BTN Plus. If you have BTN Plus, go check it out and you can see it there. All right, our last game this week. The Western Michigan Broncos. Broncos have 1 win, 0 losses, and 1 overtime loss. They are traveling to and playing against the Bowling Green Falcons. The Falcons have 2 wins and 4 losses. 2 wins and 4 losses for the Bowling Green Falcons. I've got to go with Western Michigan for the victory. All right, guys. Well, we're about an hour and 12 minutes into the show. And so if you want to find out more information and everything on what's going on in Sports Frenzy, you can go to our Facebook page and check it out for more. So that's all that I have time for this week, guys. And I will talk to you guys again on the Sunday night or the weekend wrap up. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Get out there and enjoy some sports. It's supposed to be a nice weekend. We'll talk to you guys again real soon. Take care, everybody. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone. And I'm out.